Welcome everybody to our crash course here at V2 Trading. This is going to be episode 1, and in episode 1 we're going to give you a rundown on essentially how to get started with trading and the overall setup process, and even if trading is right for you. Today we will go over the tools needed in order to trade efficiently, including different charting tools, order flow, and much more. We'll also overview where exactly we will be trading on, including different platforms and more. Furthermore, we'll also discuss different funding options and accounts as well, in order for you guys to be fully prepared and know what you're getting into before you actually encounter this difficult but rewarding journey of trading. So let's dive straight into our tools. As a trader, you're going to need many tools in order to be successful. But overall, we're going to need 3 things. A charting platform, a platform to use order flow, that is one of our specialties here at V2 Trading. And we're also going to need a place to overlook news in order for us not to trade during high impact news, in order to play it safe and actually trade like a professional trader. So let's take a look into how you can get started with the charting platform that 90% of successful traders use, which is called TradingView. So let's go into TradingView. So if you look at TradingView, this is likely how your front page is going to look. And what you have to do is you have to make an investment in yourself in order to gain premium access to TradingView. Think about this like your tuition to becoming a successful trader. So what you have to do to purchase the premium version and data which is necessary for future trading, you have to go to products and then you have to go to pricing. Here you see these 3 options in the non-professional tab. This is what we want. For most people, this essential plan will work great. Whether that be monthly or annually, that is up for you to decide. This is all we're going to need in terms of pure charting. And to practice, you just need this. You don't need much more than this, because we'll get into how paper trading is a very essential role in order to being successful and to set yourself up for success very early on. Once you get down the line, you're going to need something known as market data. And unfortunately, most of the CME futures, which is essentially the futures which you trade, including NASDAQ 100 or NQ futures, or S&P 500 futures, which is called ES. So this is going to be the CME group, this one, and it's $7 a month, pardon me, every single month, which is not bad. You're only paying around $20 per month for charting, which is a very minimum when you consider the price of other tuitions for actual schooling programs. And honestly, this could get you a lot farther. But this should always start as a side gig, and I want to emphasize that as well. Once you have completed purchasing the essential plan, market data is, again, it's not necessary until you're ready to purchase a prop firm account, which we'll get into later in this video. But for now, you're only going to need the essential account. So after that, you come to the home tab, you click on the search button, and you're open to a field of so many things you can chart and so many things you can trade. Here at V2, we focus on futures, so that's the tab we're going to go into. Here is NQ, NASDAQ 100 futures, and S&P 500 futures, which is ES. So from there, you can bookmark any of these which you want, like such, and you can launch these charts. Once you're inside of these charts, you can do so many things and access so many time frames. We'll get into how the structure of each and every candle works later on, because that is very essential. But you can also just make your chart look pretty. And what you do is you right click on settings, and you go to canvas, and you can copy my settings if you want. I'll leave this on screen for around 5 seconds. Okay, and here are my wick and candle settings as well. You can copy this as well. Okay, There is not much else that you may need to copy, but let's get into how you can start paper trading. Once you go through the rest of our crash course, you can open up a tab in this screener area, which is called paper trading. There's going to be something with many apps down at the bottom, and you click on the one that's called paper trading with this logo right here. You click open and set up the account size that you want. As you see, I have a realized P&L of minus $2 million on this paper trading account. Why? I'm just doing some fake gambling trades on this just for fun. This is not my real P&L. As you can see, in paper trading account, you can set your account balance to however much you want. I set my account balance to $1 billion. That shows the power of paper trading. Now, how you get started with actually paper trading is you click on the trade button next to the paper trading function, and you're given this buy or sell option. Always have it at market until you're getting into more complex strategies, but for now, let's keep it at market. And you can adjust your unit size, take profit, stop loss, and click buy to buy. We'll get into that more as well in later sessions of our crash course, but this is just the basics of TradingView. Once you have adjusted all the settings, make sure to save, and you can get access to many tools such as rectangles to mark out your zones for value gaps, lines to mark out liquidity levels, and more, Fibonacci to understand the V2 levels. You can put text on the chart, you can put vertical lines, you can put trends, you can put so much, and that's why charting is truly powerful. You can do so much technical analysis that can truly differentiate you as a trader and make you succeed. But please know that there's a lot of hard work associated with it. You can also use tools such as a replay function to go back in time and backtest, and you can also change your time frame from all of these options here, which essentially changes your candle size. Additionally, you can add indicators as well. I personally add VWAP or volume weighted average price, and I also do buy and sell bars or traders of all volumes. I just use this because I used it in the past and it worked pretty decently for me. This is pretty much all for TradingView, and I hope you can set this up with ease. If you have any questions regarding the setup for TradingView, please hop in the Discord and ask me a question, or leave a comment below. I'll be sure to answer them as quick as possible. In our Discord server, we not only have trade recap updates, we also have a news bot which provides news before the day, every single day, like it did today with PPI and yesterday with CPI, and it only provides you the medium impact and high impact news, so you know exactly when not to trade. Typically, you can trade during low impact trades, but on medium and high impact trades, you either take the day off on high impact trades, or you wait 5 minutes after high impact days in order to take the next trade. Additionally, we have analysis, crypto chats, and everything in the server is free for the time being. I highly emphasize you guys to join. Now, getting back, let's talk about how you can access order flow. To start, and to make this very simple for you guys, we use Bookmap at V2 Trading. But Bookmap costs quite a bit of money. I'm talking about in the hundreds of dollars per month, and you might need quite a decent computer to handle the size of the application as well. So, one tool that I highly recommend you guys to use is Think with Bookmap and Alex from Think with Bookmap. He has a YouTube channel that live streams Bookmap for both NQ and ES every single day, with other add-ons and more for you to use the application of Bookmap. Here is live Alex Think with Bookmap's YouTube channel, and as you see, he's still even streaming NQ and ES Bookmap. He's very consistent and he works hard to ensure that everyday streams are very nice. If you tap in, you can see what Bookmap actually is. And what Bookmap is Bookmap is a place where you can see the limit orders set in place and the true order flow behind the market. You'll understand more of Bookmap as we progress through the crash course as well. I do understand that a lot of this can seem confusing at first, but I want you to just set everything up and continue to learn as you progress through the crash course. Additionally, feel free to watch the rest of the crash course before you make any purchases because you need to understand if trading is for you. Coming back to our tools, you also need to understand that it is very important to understand news every single day in the market, because when there is news, it usually leads to large price movement, which can make you lose a trade pretty easily. So we want to avoid the news events that will make such events happen and stay away from it like the best traders do in the world. There are two websites for you to do this as well. One is called Financial Juice, where you can see a quick calendar on the left hand side of the screen with all the news for the day, which is color coded. And you also see need to know market risk when the market is opened or pre-market as well. Another tool that is great is Forex Factory as well. Forex Factory is very similar, but for some people this may be easier to understand or see. It truly depends on personal preference. I personally use both whenever I can to understand the market in both the sense of currency and overall market. So now that we've looked over all our main and essential tools, I want to emphasize once again that please do not purchase anything without knowing if you want to actually become a trader or not. So let's dive straight into the next topic. You may be wondering, where exactly will we be trading? And to actually trade, you're going to need different programs, or you're going to need one specific program or broker where you actually perform your trades. This could be Tradovate, NinjaTrader, Rithmic, or much more. But you want to ensure that any trading program or broker which you use works with the funding program which you're planning to use when you actually get started to trade. So I personally use Tradovate, and I'll give you a live demonstration of Tradovate under a PropFirm account as well. Okay, so when you open up Tradovate, it might look something like this. But when you get an actual account, it will be up there and you can mess around with the overall formatting. How I personally like to keep my charts is I like to have one screen, one chart on the screen, and we have our profit loss at the bottom. This is not profit loss, but imagine if the profit and loss was at the bottom. And I like to remove unnecessary indicators such as this, and yeah. You just want your chart and maybe even volume. You can adjust the chart even more than this, but here's just a quick beginner overview on Tradovate, and you can demo trade on Tradovate as well. Additionally, I want to say that this works with many prop firms we will be going over as well. But if you don't like the overall look of this, you can take and consider other options including NinjaTrader, Rithmic, and much more. There are lots of possibilities when it comes to using a broker, and it is important you choose one and pick one that you're comfortable with putting your money in, but also trading on. You should always be comfortable in trading. Moving forward, let's talk about the different funding options and accounts. So I understand that as a beginner trader, you may not have a lot of funds or capital even to get started with trading. And to get around this, there are many companies called prop firms. And what these prop firms do is that they essentially provide you a challenge. You purchase a challenge from them, and in a challenge that you purchase, you essentially have to make around $3,000 without losing $2,500 on a $50,000 account, which is a demo account or paper trading account. And if you do that by following their rules, which can be drawdown rules, which can be news rules, which can be longevity rules, and much more, it's important to look over these rules as well. If you do that by following all their rules, they will give you access to another demo account or even a live account with real money in which you can trade. And when you reach those targets once again, you can take a withdrawal of around $90 80 to 90% of your profits. So by purchasing this account, you can still open the opportunity to 80 to 90% of your profits. Think of that as an extra 10% to your tax which you will be paying. Not bad, especially if you don't have that much capital. This is opening you up to much capital you can potentially make in the future. It's quite great if I would say so myself. Some great prop firms I would recommend at the start are Apex, TopStep, FFF, and much more. But for the case of the crash course, let's take a look at Apex Trader Funding. So, when we hop on to Apex Trader Funding, it will look something like this at the current time. And when you scroll down, you see many challenges which you can purchase. So, these are different brokers. There's a wealth charts plan, there's a rhythmic plan, and what I personally prefer potentially is the Tradeovate plan. And you can choose challenges including all of these above. There's 300k challenges, 100k static challenges, and much more. And these are essentially the main things you have to know. For the 25k challenge, you have to make $1,500 without losing $1,500. You have in 50k make $3,000 without losing $2,500. Also know that the drawdown moves up and is unrealized. To check out the rules, if you click on FAQ here at the top, it will take you to a whole help center which gives you the whole access to all the rules and much more. Please do your research and find some coupon codes as well if you're going to be getting into Apex Trader Funding. I might have my coupon code at the bottom. If I don't, search one up online and use your code. It typically gets you 70 to 80% off on these challenges, making the challenges only around $30 to $50 max, which is great. So, in this section, we've gone over why prop firms might be the better option. We've gone over how prop firms have many rules which you should know and you can research via their website, and which prop firms you should use, and more about Apex Trader Funding as well. Also want to emphasize that if you're eager to get on the live account, which is real money trading, right away, there are many complications for beginners. When you're in a live account, psychology comes into play a lot. You're going to be revenge trading, you're going to be oversizing, you're going to be essentially breaking many of the rules that trading has set up in place, which many beginners are not experienced with. It's a much better idea to start on a prop firm challenge where you're not risking that much of your own capital, but still opening up the opportunities to a vast amount of profits. That's why I emphasize prop firms, especially for beginners. So let's talk all about what we have concluded today in the crash course. Today we talked about setting up all the required tools, including TradingView, what is included in TradingView, what you may have to purchase in TradingView, and much more. We've also talked about Bookmap, using the YouTube live stream, as it is a free resource which you can use and it is great for beginners. And also our news platforms via Financial Juice or Forex Factory, where you can check out the news in order to make smart decisions as a trader. Next, we talked about beginner resources, including prop firms, our Bookmap YouTube stream like I mentioned before, and finding a broker that works for you. I want to emphasize once again, find something that works for you and that you are comfortable with. You might have to do a little bit of research outside this crash course because honestly, I cannot teach you every single thing that has to be done in setup. In this crash course or bootcamp, I tried to give you as much information as I could in a compact and simple way for you guys to understand the basics. If you guys are getting into some stuff which I have not already mentioned in this episode, feel free to search it up online and take your time to dig in. Trading is not only a handheld process, it's a very solo process as well, and discipline is very important in it as well. I also want to emphasize that it is important to start slow and work up. Trading is not easy whatsoever. It's a mental journey alongside a financial journey. I truly recommend to start out with paper trading, as I mentioned in the TradingView application. Practice charting after learning more in the next episodes of the bootcamp, and do that until you actually pass challenges on paper trading. And what I mean by that is you pretend to trade and do a challenge on the paper trading application, and when you succeed a few times, you might want to give the real thing a shot, but it is important to start slow. In the next few episodes, specifically regarding episode 2, this is where we're actually going to talk about trading and the basics of trading. And by the end of the bootcamp, you're going to learn a lot that is there to do with V2 strategy and much more. Every single day following this episode will be a premiered live episode as well. And I highly recommend you guys to check it out every single day and take notes, journal, and much more. Here is just a quick basis and overview for everything to do with setup, and I highly emphasize you guys to take advantage of this and to set everything up before tomorrow, the next episode. Thank you so much, V2 traders, and I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 2 of the crash course.